As I speak tonight, you remember I said to you, Jamaica is really fastly becoming a Chinese colony. But before I show you the video, when I shared the video on social media about this place that them say a lot of Chinese mechanics working from it, a lot of people are like, they're happy that the mechanics are there who are Chinese. Look at this video. Look at this video, Jamaica. Look at this video. Look at this video.
Yo, don't scroll. This is the place about me. Some thief in mechanic of Jamaica in a problem. And the Jamaican mechanic there in a problem now because guess what? The facility a be a Chinese mechanic. Just look at it. State-of-the-art facility just opened. A machine and don't come in. And look at them. Any iron vehicle wanna have problem but we wanna can't find, just look at it. This just come at this morning and the man in an engine already. Oil, service parts, and have to kill. No machinery, and a lot of them soon come. Any vehicle, as long as they have on 4 or 6 wheel or 10 wheel, you're ready for them. Low end to high end, see there, everything then sort out. Service parts and rare. Yeah man, they're ready for everything. Any vehicle you have, any problem where you can't find. Then do electrical work, mechanical. And while you wait in a comfort and style. AC.
So Jamaica is fast approaching becoming a Chinese colony. And everybody called me, Andre, I literally today got almost 50 different inquiries about where this place is. And many people are saying, boy, Andre, the Jamaican mechanics or Jamaican service providers on a whole, then talk to me, say, the tailor, they mash up them business. The people them will make furniture mash up them business. Them say, the mechanic, they mash up them business. Then one said to me, say, he get the mechanic in vehicle and when he go over Elsha at the mechanic that in a vehicle with woman over Elsha. And the mechanic said to him, said the vehicle no right. No, So what is happening? The Chinese understand Jamaica, the complexities in the service delivery. So what happened? Ishmael can't talk to that because I remember what they owe Ishmael nearly. Ishmael, me can't talk your business. Remember what they Ishmael and him piece of vehicle and me say Jamaica. Me have to look at Ishmael and say, if you ever talk them words out of your mouth again, I put you under in a suspension. Yes, the amount of people in Jamaica who talk and ball out because mechanic. If I should have ever opened the phone line for people talk about mechanic and furniture man. Our furniture man name again. Our the furniture man name again. Our furniture man name again. I wouldn't call the furniture man them again. Students remind me Edna. Carpenter. If some people ever talk about the carpenter and the mechanic, the dressmaker, and the tailor them, Lord Jesus. Tonight would I hear some chronicles. Allow me to tell students. So tonight, whilst I'm concerned that the Chinese they might take over the service industry, we as tradesmen in this country have to do better. Who agree? Who are the welder them mighty God? If I should have ever opened the phone line and Jamaica here, this is a braggadocious place. Them said over ferry near to Nestle and them place there. If you should hear the cry, yeah, a pure Chinese mechanic over there, pure Chinese people. But I know they must say a hybrid vehicle they might work on. I don't know. But all Chinese people fear work on Nissan. Mine up here bandolo no I get you know. Them say all the plumber and the electrician them are thief. Jamaica, this is the reality faced. This is a reality faced by so many of us. But I would have hoped, I would love to see a Jamaican man or a Jamaican business equally competing with the Chinese to get them out. Because in no way, shape, or form, Jamaica, in no way, shape, or form, Chinese should be taking away these jobs. Producer, play back what the Chinese man them doing now. Just play back what the Chinese man them doing.
Yo, don't scroll. You see that place about me? Some thief in mechanic at Jamaica in a problem. And the Jamaican mechanic there in a problem now because guess what? The facility a be a Chinese mechanic. Just look at it. State-of-the-art facility just opened and down a machine and don't come in. And look at them. Any iron vehicle wanna have problem but we wanna can't find, just look at it. This just come out this morning and the man in an engine already. Oil, service parts, you have to kill. New machinery and a lot of them soon come. Any vehicle, as long as they have a 4 or 6 wheel or 10 wheel, you're ready for them. Low end to high end. See there? Everything then sort out. Service parts and rare. Yeah man, they're ready for everything. Any vehicle you have, any problem where you can't find. Then do electrical work, mechanical. And while you wait, you're waiting a comfort and style. AC.
While you wait in comfort and style. See, somebody said Jamaican tradesmen are shufflers. I said to a renowned fashion designer last night, and he must say, boy, Andre, no, I never thought of that. I said to him, in another year, don't be surprised you find a Chinese warehouse that actually makes the clothes here, the bespoke clothes here with the technology that they have in China. Let me tell you what is happening now in Jamaica. And listen to me carefully. The Chinese are being deployed in the country in terms of multitudes. So they now come again as 10. They're actually coming now as 30, 40, 50, 100. And they're setting up businesses here. In setting up the businesses here, they will still need goods to come. But what you find, Jamaica, is that when they have the businesses here, it's easier for them to manipulate and operate. I'm sure in St. Elizabeth, you all see what is happening. I'm sure in Mandible Town, you all see what is happening. Montego Bay and Ocherios, they are becoming Chinese colony. And with all of that, Jamaica, ask yourself, is if the government of Jamaica collecting the taxes? Is the government of Jamaica collecting the taxes? And I'm sure you have all seen a video where the Chinamen start fighting off the Jamaican people, you know. You haven't seen the video? You haven't seen the video of the Chinaman fighting off the Jamaican Rastaman? And how them have you seen the video? This is what is coming. This is what is happening. And in context tonight, Jamaica, that is why the US government is adamant to protect the Panama Canal. You hear what I said tonight, Jamaica? That is why the US believes that they have to close off the Panama Canal. You heard what I said? Because if the Panama Canal is not closed off, Producer, play that argument by the U.S. Defense Secretary for me now, please. Play that for me now. Play that for me. That Fox report.
Joining me now is the Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being with us today.
Hey, Will. Thanks for having me.
Talk to me about this. You bet. Always happy to have you here. Talk to us about this memorandum of understanding, this trip you just made to Panama, and the update you gave the president. Tell us what it means to be first and free through the canal.
Yeah, Will, you got it right. This is about malign Chinese influence. This is a power play by the Chinese in our backyard on what in the military we call key terrain. The Panama Canal is strategic key terrain. You mentioned the 40% are U.S. ships. Well, 75% of the traffic that goes through the Panama Canal either originates from or is going to a U.S. port. And you mentioned the history there of our investment. This is something we've been involved in for quite some time. And so we had a chance to go down there with a large group of U.S. soldiers and ships and others to meet with their leadership and say, we want to help you remove Chinese influence. And thankfully, the leadership of Panama are eagerly pro-American, and they've demonstrated already. They kicked out the Belt and Road Initiative when Secretary of State Rubio was there a few months ago. They did an audit on the control of those Chinese ports, which unsurprisingly, had huge fraud inside them, and that's been exposed. And so those are up for sale and likely going to BlackRock, which again would take away more Chinese influence. And we arrived with a simple message, is we want to be your partner in securing this strategic piece of key terrain. And so they have a very unique constitutional structure there, which we respect and understand. Part of it is an independent canal authority, and we work directly with them to put together a framework which allows U.S. flagged military vessels and auxiliary ships to travel first and free through the Panama Canal, unlimited. And we've got Coast Guard ships and Navy ships down there all the time. And that's separate from a memorandum of understanding I signed with their defense minister, their Minister of Security, which allows for additional U.S. troops on a rotational basis at Fort Sherman, which is an old U.S. Army base that will revive there, along with the Panamanians, which is on one of the sides of the Panama Canal, along with a naval station and an air base. So we will rotate and partner with them, and that's part of ensuring Chinese influence does not control that canal. It's in our direct U.S. interest, Will, to ensure that waterway is free and that our ships can transit freely. So it was two historic arrangements that serve American interests, and it would never have happened without President Trump. Without President Trump saying, this is important, China can't have it, China didn't build it, China won't operate it, this is key terrain for the U.S. and for Panama, and we'll partner together to keep China out.
I want to dig more in together to the national security implications and the rising tensions with China in just a moment. But I want to stick with the economics for a second, Mr. Secretary. It's clear, especially clear in the last couple of days, in the last week, that President Trump puts as a priority getting good deals for America, looking to renegotiate tariff deals with countries across the world. This is another art of the deal that we're working on here with the Panama Canal. So I want to go back to this idea of first and free. Tell us what the conditions were before this memorandum of understanding. Like, what is the wait time? How do we go first in line? What did we pay in the past? How much are we now saving by going through free?
It's a good point. Fees could vary in the past. Depends on the size, depends on the cargo. Sometimes these are U.S. warships. Sometimes they're auxiliary ships carrying supplies. So it depends on we got a chance to watch huge container ships transit this canal. And for viewers, it's a marvel of the world what Teddy Roosevelt, what Americans did 100 years ago to bring the Panama Canal about. It's simply incredible. But it's also very, very strategic. If there was a contingency in, say, South China Sea, in the Indo-Pacific, and we needed to get our fleet or more assets from the east coast of the United States over there, you'd use the Panama Canal. We need to have the ability in a contingency to move to the front of the line immediately with as many ships as we need in order to transit as quickly as possible. Now, it happens on a regular basis. Our ships, Coast Guard, submarines, others traffic through, and Panama's very good to us. Usually we're able to move up quickly, but this codifies first, and it codifies a cost-neutral basis where we're able to freely transit, and it saves our Treasury money as well. It's got an economic upside on the art of the deal, but this is all very strategic. The Obama administration took their eye off the ball and let China just sweep in all over South and Central America with their economic and cultural influence, cutting deals with local governments for bad infrastructure and surveillance and indebtedness. President Trump said, not anymore. We're taking our backyard back. That's why I was there for a conference of Central and South American countries as well. We're going to invest in ways that serve American interests in our backyard as we stop the sphere of Chinese influence. First and free is a big signal of that. And we want to thank the Panamanian government. They've been good partners, but rightfully so. It serves their interest to be partnered with America, not with China.
It served the interests of the Panamanians to be partners. With whom? The Americans and not the Chinese. I want to ask you, all tonight, Jamaica. Listen to my analysis. Listen. Rubio went first, and then the Secretary of Defense went after. Will the Secretary of Defense come to Jamaica in another 2 months? Will the Secretary of Defense come to Jamaica in another 2 months? You heard what I said tonight? Will the Secretary of Defense come to Jamaica in another 2 months? What is it that wholeness has caught us in? Because Rubio goes first as the warner. The Secretary of Defense goes as the enforcer. I ask these questions tonight because wholeness has made no move to either state the direction of foreign policy with the Chinese government, and he has not denounced anything coming out of that meeting. Have you all realized that, Jamaica? Have you all realized that?